Exits and doors were barred, and all the windows fastened down. I spent the night in sleeplessness and rose at every sound, half in hopeless sorrow, half in fear the day would find the soldiers breaking down to drag us all away. Just before the sunrise, I heard something at the wall. The gates began to rattle, and a voice began to call. I hurried to the window and looked down into the streets, expecting swords and torches and the sounds of the soldiers' feet. There was no one there but Mary, so I went down to let her in. John stood there beside me as she told us where she'd been. She said they moved him in the night, and none of us know where. The stone's been rolled away, and now his body isn't there. We both ran toward the garden while John ran on ahead. We found the stone in the empty tomb, just the way that Mary said. But the winding sheets they'd wrapped him in was just an empty shell. And where or how they'd taken him was more than I could tell. Something strange had happened there, just what I did not know. John believed the miracle that I just turned to go. Circumstance and speculations couldn't lift me very high, 'cause I seen them crucify him, and then I watched him die. Back inside the house again, all the guilt and the anguish came. Everything I promised him just added to my shame. And at last it came to choices, and I denied I knew his name. And even if he was alive, it wouldn't be the same. Suddenly the air was filled with a strange and a sweet perfume. Light that came from everywhere drove shadows from the room. Then Jesus stood before me with his arms held open wide, and I fell down on my knees and clung to him and cried. He pulled me to my feet, and as I looked into his eyes, love was shining out from them like sunlight from the sky. All the guilt and my confusion disappeared in sweet release, and every fear I've ever had just melted in